It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Philadelphia Eagles under the lights on Monday night.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And away we go at the link. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up. One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. And they send a man in motion. On first down, Hurts. He's got Smith. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Forced out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They're going to run with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
Tight end in motion left. Right to the air, Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing is Burrow. On target to his man Higgins. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Now they send their back in motion right. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Going to the ground again on first. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They've been moving it well, but face a third down here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Motioning the tight end now. Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. He completes it in traffic. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals finish off their opening drive. Well, Brock, I think you and I both saw that one coming together from up here, and it became clear pretty quickly that if they got things going, that one could go the distance.
Yeah, the 6 points earned on any screen pass touchdown. I'd give half a point to the sell job of a quarterback, half a point to the effort of the running back, but 5 of those points to the big guys in front of them. They're the most important ones out there on that play, and in the best of times, they clear lane for a touchdown just like that one.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Here's Avery Williams on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First and 10, here's Hurts. That one's complete, right side. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They kick the running back in motion. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Hurts setting up to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker. Third and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw, Hurts. That pass caught by Johnson. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now Hurts. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Now on fourth down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. Cincinnati headed back out for its second drive now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Catch made by all. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They'll try it right with Brown. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
To the air, 3rd and long. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Brown on the inside give. And this one doesn't go far. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's Brown again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Bengals trying to make some noise before halftime. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Burrow from the gun. To the right side and reeled in by Chase. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. From the 41. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That one gains 7. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. That's completed right side. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. To throw again, it's Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one.
And down he goes. The Eagles got him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. On 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. Return's looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Out come the Bengals. It's their ball first, leaving the locker room. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the 2nd half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every 1st down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
1st down, Burrow to throw. Chased out to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Man in motion here. Trying again, following the sack. This one taken in by Chase. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Now that is exactly how you drew it up at halftime defensively. Make a big play. On that money down, you got to cash in on third downs. They're going to be huge in the second half. Make sure you get yourself off the field in short order, which they did. And now you give some momentum to your offense when they get the ball back.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. He has it at the 33. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Eagles will take possession. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, ball at the 36. Hurts now from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Option play now. He's headed right. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Barkley. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles grab the lead on their first series of the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, going left. Now Burrow. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. Heads-up play from the linebacker there to take a short, innocent pass and just turn it into a major highlight for him and his guys.
And I know people are watching that going, how in the world did the quarterback not see that linebacker?
Yeah.
But sometimes, Kate, your focus is so much on the safeties, the nickel, the corner. You just take for granted you could fit that ball in, and that linebacker said, not on my watch.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. This return makes it up to the 25. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Putting a receiver in motion. 2nd and 8. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Throwing is Burrow. Finds his man, Chase. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this third down. Throwing from the gun here. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First and 10 now from the 30. Brown on the carry. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 21. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's Bengals football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. On the ground, Brown. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg for him. And that's going to be a touchdown. It's on the board for now. But will it stand? We got to see what this flag is all about. He was downfield in a hurry, hoping to help with the play, but that effort cost him points as the penalty wipes out that touchdown. Could that penalty come back to haunt him? It's another 2nd and goal. Running it after the penalty. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Just 1 yard on the gain, so now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 8.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
On 3rd and goal, here's Burrow. Has it down close. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Bengals getting ready for a big two-point try late. He's throwing for it! And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How do they lose him? How do they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here comes Williams on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
This set it down starts with an option right. And he's brought down for a loss. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now Hurts. He's got Smith. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Third and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw. Barkley's got it. Still has some space inside the 35. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Motion man right is Smith. First down, a run with Barkley. And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go to Barkley again. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They're now set for 1st and 10. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles holding on to a field goal lead. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles make it a 9-point advantage. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Completes this one to Chase. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. Got his target. It's Higgins. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. To throw again, it's Burrow. Stays in the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Looking to throw it. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
I'll say this, unless you're committed to going for it on 4th down, I just don't see why you throw it there. Just power it forward for half a yard and reset those chains, then take your shots further down the field.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Throwing now. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he is to throw. The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. All right, one more snap to play here. Desperation time here on 4th. Need this to force overtime. And that pass falls incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots to the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. Well, partner, we could see they had high hopes when they entered the stadium earlier today, hoping to pull the road victory off. We know, though, it can be so tough to win on the road. And there's some dejected faces as they leave this football field.
Never enjoyed these flights home. Going to be a long, silent one as they try to figure out what went wrong. Ruminate on the outcome of this game. You never like taking one on the chin, ever, ever, ever. And heading home just gives them all some extra time to think about what went wrong.
Glad I'm not going to be on that flight.